is for the CIS final project 9467, and in this project I would like to illustrate an example of using Excel to help me to open a small dim sum restaurant. I enjoy food and I always love to make food. I wanted to open a small and delicious dim sum restaurant even when I was a little girl. During the semester, I learned a lot of useful and interesting Excel application, and I was wondering if I could use these Excel functions to help me achieve my childhood dream to open the dim sum place. To open this restaurant, one of the first and important goal is to decide which dim sum items should appear on this restaurant menu. So if I have too many items on the menu, it will increase the cost for raw material and labor and also delivery. But if there is too less, I'm worried that the customer will not be satisfied because they got not enough choice. So my goal is to set a menu that the item can attract most customers. To achieve this goal, I first designed a customer survey form using Excel VBA. So let's look at the form. It's made of some very simple customer information input, like I can input my name here, and the age, let's assign it to be 25, and also let's see what are the entries you are willing to order if it's on the menu. So I love shrimp dumplings. I will click this, and BBQ pork buns, and also the egg tarts, the spring rolls, and let's click submit. Enter customer ID. I just enter number 1 and I click OK. So the information from the customer survey form will transform here to this Excel form. It helps me to very conveniently input the information from the customer survey form to Excel, and it also helps the next step analysis. Before we look at the next step analysis, let's look at how I create this survey form. So if I click on the design mode, and if I just open the VBA, we can see it's not very difficult. Just I assigned the value 1 if the checkbox is clicked, and if it's not clicked, then assigned 0. And I just input this information to the worksheet survey. Then in this worksheet, I gathered all the survey information here, but because I don't have so many survey results, so I randomly generated 500 customer survey results, and the input is here. So as I mentioned before, the question I want to figure out is what's the best combination of dim sum items on the menu that can attract most customers. And I also need to figure out how many items should appear on the menu. To figure out this, I need to use solver. But before I set up the solver constraint, let's see what's the formula set up. So the formula here is the sum product of B2 to K2 and whether the customer select this item. So if the we select the item shrimp dumpling, I will input 1. Then we can see the total count here has changed to 1. So if the count number is larger than 0, then it means that there's at least 1 item on the menu that can attract the customer to the restaurant. So then for here, I count the column L. So if the count, like the total result is larger than 1, then I count it. and then I divide it by 500, which is the total customer number. This should be the customer reach percentage. We can see here, even given like just one dim sum on the menu, the customer reach percentage is different. So if I change the shrimp dumpling to the steamed pork rib, then the customer reach percentage actually increases. So if I want to figure out the given optimal customer reach percentage for the given number of dim sum items on the menu, then I need to run solver. The solver setting is also not difficult. So like I need to maximize this number, the customer reach percentage, and also it's by changing B2 to K2, which means the dish is selected or not. It needs to be constrained to binary, so it only can be 1 if the dish is selected, and 0 if the dish is not selected. And then if I set like N2 to 4, it will show like the optimal customer reach percentage for 4 dishes. But if I'm doing this, I need to run solver for 10 times. So I don't want to repeat it for 10 times. I designed a VBA to do this so I can finish this quickly. Let's now run it and see what's the result. So in order to write the VBA for this, I recorded the process of using solver in a macro. Then I copied this macro in the VBA and I write a loop so it will, let's see it here. So I write a loop so it will calculate 10 times and copy the result here. We can see from this chart, for the first few additional dishes add, it dramatically increased the customers to visit this restaurant. But after 5 and 6 dishes on the menu, the additional dish doesn't really attract much extra number of customers to this restaurant. So if I am the owner, I will decide probably on the 5 dishes on the menu because it already attracts over 90% of the customers, and if I add additional 1 dish, it only adds 3% of the more customers come to the restaurant. So let's try to run 5 dishes of dim sums on the menu, and let's see what will be these 5 dishes. Okay, here is the result. So the final winners are pork siumai, pork ribs, and pork puffs, taro roots, and spring rolls. Thank you. That's all for my CIS final project. And I hope this Excel will be useful for those who want to open a restaurant in the future.